You're 38. You've got a decent apartment, a job that pays the bills, and a dating history that reads like a long list of almost. Not bad enough to be tragic, not good enough to stop noticing the gap. It's a Thursday night and you're on an international dating app because why not? Her profile comes up. She's standing in front of a church, arms crossed, not smiling, looking at the camera like the camera is slightly beneath her. You swipe right. She matches in 6 minutes. Her opening message isn't a greeting. Can you build things with your hands, or are you one of those computer men? You work in IT. You're failing a test you didn't know you were taking. Her second message, my father will want to meet you. He was a carpenter under communism. He has opinions about soft Western men. You've heard the warnings about Eastern European women. Traditional values, probably want stability. You think you've got this mapped out in your head already. You don't know anything. You're about to learn what suffering actually means. First date, she suggests a walk. 3 hours later, you're in a cemetery. She's explaining which graves are which wars. You're wondering if this is a date or a history exam. She stops at her grandfather's grave. Looks at you. He survived 3 occupations. What have you survived? You almost say your last relationship but read the room. You mention your stressful week at work. She goes quiet. Then, my grandmother raised 6 children while the Nazis were in her kitchen. Your boss sent a mean email. You've just learned complaining has a minimum threshold you don't meet. She takes you to a church. You're not Catholic. She knows this. You sit through the service understanding nothing. 90 minutes. Afterwards, she says, you didn't cross yourself correctly, but you tried. That's something. You've been graded on religious participation like it's a sport. 2 weeks later, you're walking again. Different cemetery. She knows a lot of cemeteries. You say something about politics. She stops. That's not how it works. Explains for 10 minutes why you're wrong, using historical examples you've never heard of. No softening. No, well, that's your opinion. Just correction. You're attracted to this. You don't understand why, but you are. 4 months in, you propose. You're standing in her kitchen. It comes out before you've fully planned it. You don't even have the ring yet. She looks at you for a long moment. Says yes. Immediately. No hesitation. You feel relief for about 4 seconds. Then she adds, you know my mother will live with us eventually, right? And we're getting married in a church. Full ceremony. And you'll need to talk to my father first. He'll want to meet you properly. You just realized you signed a contract you didn't read. Eventually could mean next month, could mean 10 years. You don't know. You're afraid to ask. And her father, the carpenter, under communism, with opinions about soft Western men. You'll need to talk to him first. Her father is 67 and built his own house. With his hands. Twice. The first one wasn't right. He takes you to his workshop. There are tools you don't recognize. He hands you a broken chair. Doesn't say anything, just watches. You try to fix it. You fail for 15 minutes while he stands there in silence. Then he takes it from you. Fixes it in 90 seconds. Puts it down. Looks at you. My daughter says you work with computers. The way he says computers sounds like fairy dust. He pours vodka. It's 10 a.m. We drink, we talk. You don't drink vodka at 10 a.m. You do now. 3 shots in, he asks, you know how to kill a chicken? You do not know how to kill a chicken. I teach you before wedding. This is not optional. Wedding planning. She says small wedding, just family. The guest list has 240 people. This is small, she says. My cousin had 400. The vodka budget is $3,000. Just vodka. Not the whole wedding. Just the vodka. You make a sound you've never made before. The wedding is a Catholic ceremony. Full mass. 90 minutes. You're not Catholic. Everyone knows this. The priest gives a 20-minute homily about the sanctity of marriage while making eye contact with you specifically. You're sweating through a suit in October. Her grandmother is crying in the front row. You don't know if it's joy or concern. The reception starts. Someone yells something that sounds like Gorsko. Everyone's staring at you. Your wife whispers, we have to kiss. It's tradition. You kiss. They cheer. 7 minutes later, Gorsko. Again. This happens 47 times. You've kissed more in 4 hours than in your entire previous life. Her 80-year-old grandfather is drinking you under the table and laughing about it. Midnight arrives. You're done. You're ready to leave. They bring out soup. Hot soup. At midnight. At a wedding. Everyone acts like this is normal. This is for strength, someone says. For what, you ask? More dancing, more vodka. Wedding ends at 4. It's midnight. You've been here 10 hours. You have 6 more hours. You're not going to make it. She moves in. Within 48 hours, your kitchen has been reorganized. There are jars everywhere. Pickles. 3 kinds of pickles. Jars of red liquid. Jars of brown liquid. This is compote. This is bigos. This is for Christmas. It's March. We prepare early. You don't have cabinet space. We make space. She makes pierogi from scratch. You watch her make the dough. Roll the dough. Fill each one individually. Crimp each one by hand. Takes 4 hours. Makes 200 pierogi. This is for the week, she says. You've been eating Hot Pockets. You're embarrassed by your entire life. You watch her hands move. Muscle memory from childhood. She's not thinking about it. She's just doing it. The way people do things they've done since they were 8 years old. Her grandmother taught her. Her grandmother's grandmother taught her grandmother. Your cooking was microwaving. You compliment her. She says, "This is normal. This is what women do." You say your mom didn't cook like this. She stops. Looks at you. What did your mother do? You're about to say she worked and you realize that's not going to land. She worked and cooked. You correct yourself. Good, she says. You've been tested again. Sunday morning. She's dressed for church. You're in pajamas. Are you coming? You're not religious. She knows this. I know, but I'm going. You can come or you can stay here alone in the apartment thinking about why you're not coming. This is not a choice. This is a hostage negotiation. You go. Every Sunday after that, you go. You mention you're tired from work. She's quiet for a moment. Then, my mother worked 2 jobs and raised 4 children and took care of her mother and never complained. You've just entered a suffering competition you can't win. I'm just saying I'm tired, you try. Yes, you said. You've been dismissed. You stop eating at your usual places. The food doesn't compare. You stop calling friends as much. Old habits fall away without you deciding to drop them. One night you're sitting on the couch and you realize you can't remember the last time you ordered takeout. She tells you her mother is visiting next week. For a few weeks. Maybe a month. She'll want to stay in the guest room, your wife says. You don't have a guest room. You have an office. We'll make space, she says. Her mother arrives. 2 suitcases, 1 bag of mushrooms she foraged. From Poland. She brought mushrooms on an international flight. They don't have good mushrooms here, she explains. You have a Whole Foods 3 blocks away. This doesn't matter. She starts cleaning. Things that were clean. She's re-cleaning them. Your wife is helping. They're speaking Polish rapidly. Your name comes up. They look at you. Look at the apartment. Back to you. You're being judged in a language you don't speak. This is psychological warfare. Her mother cooks. Breakfast, full meal. Lunch, full meal. Dinner, full meal. Plus compote, plus cake. You're too thin, she says. You're 6'1", 185 pounds. In Poland, this is thin. You've gained 11 pounds in 2 weeks. She looks unconvinced. We continue. Cabinet hinge breaks. You reach for your phone to call someone. Her mother stops you. You can't fix this? Not mean. Genuinely asking, like she's discovered you can't read. You try. You fail. She fixes it in 3 minutes, then shows you, slowly, like you're a child. Now you know. You're 38 years old and you just got a tutorial on hinges. Her mother asks why you don't have proper curtains. You have blinds. Blinds are not curtains. Curtains are for a home. This is... She gestures vaguely at your blinds. This is for office. 3 days later, there are curtains. You didn't buy curtains. They appeared. Your wife says, my mother sewed them. Your mother-in-law sewed curtains for your apartment without asking. You're living in a home takeover. You didn't know name days were a thing. It's your wife's name day. You wake up. There are 15 people in your apartment. Your apartment. Her mother invited them. There's a cake. There are gifts. Everyone's speaking Polish. You're in pajamas. Why didn't you tell me? You ask your wife. I thought you knew, she says. How would I know? It's tradition. Tradition is the answer to everything. Day 19. You fix the leaking faucet. Yourself. Her mother watches from the doorway. Says nothing. That night she tells your wife something in Polish. Your wife smiles. What did she say? She said you're learning. That's it. That's the compliment. You've been here 19 days and you got your learning. You feel like you won the Olympics. Her mother leaves the next morning. Your wife says, that went well. She likes you. Then adds, my father wants to visit next month. He's bringing his tools. He wants to teach you things. What things? Man things. What are man things? Work is sliding. You're coasting. Nothing dramatic. No firing. No public humiliation. Just a slow drift where you stop pushing as hard as you should, stop caring about the things you used to care about. You come home one night and tell her about it. The whole thing, the frustration, the stagnation, the vague feeling that you're capable of more but you're not doing anything about it. You're expecting sympathy. Some version of that sounds really hard and you'll figure it out. The warm hand on the shoulder. What you get is, "So, what are you going to do about it?" Not cold, not dismissive. She's looking at you like she takes you seriously enough to ask the question straight. But in the moment, it feels like a slap. You tell her you need support from her. That sometimes you just need someone to listen without making it a problem-solving session. She stops what she's doing, turns around, looks at you. You want me to lie to you? To tell you everything is fine when it's not fine? That's not support. That's disrespect. I respect you enough to tell you the truth. You're angry. She's calm. This makes you angrier. In America, we comfort each other, you say. In Poland, we tell the truth, she says. You've just started a cultural war in your kitchen. You're cold for a week, genuinely cold. She doesn't chase you, doesn't apologize, just continues living her life, cooking, working, going to church. Like she's waiting for you to finish being dramatic. Day 4, you escalate. You're extra cold. She asks if you want pierogi for dinner. You're losing a fight she's not having. Somewhere in that week, something shifts. You start thinking about every other relationship, every time someone told you what you wanted to hear, how none of it helped, how you stayed stuck because no one challenged you. You go back to work. You fix the problem. Takes 2 weeks of real effort. Actual effort. The kind where you stay late and push through the part where you want to quit. It works. You get a raise. You tell her that night at dinner. She nods. Good. That's it. No celebration. No, I told you so. No, I'm so proud of you. Just good. Like you did what you were supposed to do. This lands harder than any praise you've ever been paid. You know exactly why. She expected you to be capable. She wasn't surprised you fixed it. She was just waiting for you to stop making excuses and do it. 2 days later, she mentions her father is coming in 3 weeks, not asking, informing. He's bringing tools, she says. And a chicken. Her sister sends a package. Old photos at the bottom. You're not home when it arrives. You tell yourself you're just glancing. You're not just glancing. The photos are from a life you didn't witness. Her in Warsaw. Her apartment. Modern, clean, hers. Hardwood floors. Plants on the windowsill. A life she built. Her at some kind of company event, surrounded by colleagues who are looking at her the way people look at someone who's clearly going somewhere. Her friends at a cafe. Her at her desk. Project manager. She had a career. She had her own place. Had a life. 30 years of texture. She left a city she knew. A language she mastered. Friends she'd had for 20 years. A career she built from nothing. For you. For this apartment with the broken faucet and the office that's now a guest room. You bring it up that night. Do you miss it? She's quiet for a moment. Then, every day, I miss my friends. I miss speaking Polish without thinking. I miss knowing where everything is. I miss my mother being close. You're about to apologize. She continues, but I chose this. I chose you. And I don't regret it. But don't think it was easy. And don't waste it. You've just been given a gift and a threat simultaneously. She can cook from scratch. You microwave. She fixes things. You call people. She manages conflict directly. You avoid it. She works full-time, maintains relationships, goes to church, calls her mother every week, and still has energy left over. You work. Sometimes you go to the gym. The next morning, you try to fix the bathroom door that's been sticking for 2 months. You watch a YouTube video. You try 3 times. You get it. She walks by, sees you, says nothing, just nods once. Your wife announces, my father arrives in 2 weeks. Okay, for how long? 3 weeks. 3 weeks. He's bringing his tools. He wants to teach you things. What things? Man things. What are man things? You'll see. Then casually, oh, and he's bringing a chicken. Like a dead chicken? No. A live chicken. He's going to teach you to kill it, clean it, cook it. In our apartment? No, in the park. There's a Polish community garden. They have a space for this. They have a space for killing chickens? Yes, it's normal. You're going to kill a chicken in a community garden in America because your Polish father-in-law thinks you're too soft. You've been reading her bluntness as coldness. You finally understand what it actually is. It's respect. She doesn't soften things because she thinks you can handle the truth. She expects you to be strong enough for reality. Every other woman you dated treated you like you were fragile. She treats you like you're capable. You've been mistaking your own weakness for sensitivity. Her father arrives in 2 weeks with tools and a live chicken. You're not ready. Your father's health crashes. Heart, hospital, bad news. You're panicking, can't think, can't organize. You're trying to book a flight and your hands are shaking and you can't remember your credit card number. She's already packed. Both of you. We go now, she says. Takes your phone, books the flights, books the hotel, calls your mother, handles everything. You're watching her move through crisis like it's a Tuesday. Hospital, waiting rooms, bad coffee that tastes like nothing. Doctors who use careful words that mean worse things than they're saying. Your father gets worse before he gets better. There are 2 nights where better doesn't look guaranteed. You're falling apart. She's not. She's handling the calls you can't make. Sitting with your father when you need 10 minutes outside. Asking the doctors the practical questions your brain can't organize. Bringing food. Managing your mother who's also falling apart. You're realizing something you should have realized months ago. You're not the strong one. You find her in the hospital chapel. She's lighting a candle, praying. You're not religious. She knows this. She's not doing it for you. She's doing it because it's what she does when things are hard. You sit next to her. You don't pray, but you sit. She takes your hand, doesn't say anything, just holds it. You're crying. She's not. She's just there. Solid. Unmovable. You've never felt more held in your life. Your father recovers. Slowly. One morning he's awake and talking, and the doctors are using different words. Better words. He asks about her. She's tough, you say. He nods. Good. You need that. Your mother and I was the tough one. You got my softness. You need someone tough. You're 38 years old and your father just told you you're soft. And he's right. And you're grateful he's alive to tell you. Something in you locks in. You stop scanning for exits. You stop waiting until you feel ready. You're standing inside something genuinely hard and you realize you'd rather be here, in this with her, than anywhere else being comfortable. Comfortable is where you were at 38, swiping on apps, eating Hot Pockets, calling someone to fix a hinge. This is where you are now. You choose this. Your father comes home from the hospital 3 days later. You fly home the day after that. Her father arrives in 1 week, with his tools, and a live chicken. The test isn't over. Her father arrives. 3 suitcases. 1 is just tools. He sets up in your living room. We start tomorrow. You don't know what you're starting. You're afraid to ask. Saturday morning. Community garden. There's a chicken. A live chicken. Her father hands it to you. Hold like this. There are other Polish men here, watching. This is a spectator event. Now, he says. You can't. Now, he says again. You do it. You kill the chicken. You clean the chicken. You cook the chicken. You eat the chicken. It's the best chicken you've ever had. Her father nods. Now you're learning. You just killed a chicken for approval. You got it. You're traumatized and proud and somehow different than you were an hour ago. You didn't marry a Polish woman. You married this specific person who happens to be Polish. What that actually means. She made you sharper, less comfortable with excuses, more honest about what you're capable of. She made you kill a chicken. You're better for it. You're watching her later that night. She's on the phone with her mother. Sunday call. Same as always. Your name surfaces in the Polish you still barely understand. She doesn't know you're watching. The thought arrives quietly. You got the better end of this deal. You're fairly sure she knows that. She knew it when she swiped right. She knew it at the cemetery when you couldn't explain what you'd survived. She knew it when you couldn't fix the chair. She knew it when her mother said he's learning like it was a compliment. She chose you anyway. You're going to spend the rest of your life trying to deserve that. If this one stayed with you, like and drop a comment where you're watching from. Subscribe for more.